Good evening, everyone. It's Sparks here, back for more Final Fantasy XIV. Last time around, we unlocked access to Stone Vigil, which is where we'll be going to get to recover the Enterprise. However, before we begin that mission, I want to do some other content to prepare us. Because not only do I want to make sure that I have every class at level, so that I can run through it a few times to get all the gear from it, but I also want to make sure that I've gotten all the abilities that I need, because, well, we've got level 40 quests to do. So, let's get into it. Right, so starting off, we have this quest right here. Shadows Uncast. Special assignment. Sergeant Zen, do the Maelstrom proud as ever, I see. As a matter of fact, you're just the man I was hoping would come along. House's Mail of Ishgard is in some distress. You're just the one we need to answer the call. Your task, travel to the Mail Darkhold and purge the draining fortress of Voidsec. Once you're ready, make your way to the Central Highlands of Kurthus. I trust you'll have little trouble finding the Darkhold. Ophelia, a retainer in the service of House Mel, will brief you in great detail when you arrive. You'll wait word of your success. Okay, so now we have two missions that involve Dismail Darkhold. So that's something we'll need to deal with. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we got two level 35 quests for the armor and blacksmith, which I am gonna do because, quite frankly, I don't mind doing level 40 content for up to level 40 content for everything, because that means I'm up to date on the stories. So let's begin. Sudden evils brewing in the belly, I tell you. Can't seem to keep anything down. Too many of the wench, I reckon. Couldn't have come at a worse time either, with Fazar breathing down the neck. Now when it comes to the market, you've never met a tighter miser than old Fazar. Coliseum, the Mount throws gold at fighters like water at a fire. They know it too. They ask their patrons for a new blade. And once they get their new blade, now it's a bigger, sharper, shinier blade. Before you know it, I'm waking bells, forging weapons for folk who ain't got arms enough to wield them on. Don't get me wrong, I'll gladly take the Horson's coin. I ain't up to it this time on account of my condition. Which is why I need you to make whatever needs making in my stead. Now what Fazar simply wants. Okay, I shall do that. Might be really writing about stuff I can. Just checking. So, Berthale sends you to meet me yet again. I'm flattered he holds me in such esteem. As you may have heard, I have an eye for evil warriors. Yet without the proper arms and armaments, ability is for naught. Forging one steel Vijay of equal parts splendor and might, and you and Berthale shall know the bounty of my generosity. But fail me, Harper, and I may force to reconsider my arrangement with now Deacon Vanelli. Okay, steel Vijay. Alright. Because I will probably need to make something else steel, or something that requires the same ingredients. Greetings, Harper. I hear word you bested Blaine's tier in an armorer's contest of skill. Impressive feat, and one of which you should be proud. I'm afraid you've made a most troublesome enemy, who is both persistent and vindictive. As you well know, I speak from bitter experience on that matter. Rather than dwell on this unpleasant browbeat, however, I would have you focus on your craft. Ready your hammer and pliers, Albert. There is much and more to do. Master Linz Gisath over at the Bismarck has commissioned a new steel frying pan. As one might expect of the head of Culinarian's Guild, he accepts only the finest wares. Now compared to pounding out thick protective plates of armor, the utensils, being generally smaller and lighter, because a somewhat more delicate touch. You must bring all of your concentration to bear, lest you risk ruining the entire piece with a single misplaced blow. In light of recent events, which have no doubt left your mind scattered, I believe a task that fully engages your faculties will prove beneficial. Let us not keep Master Linscape waiting now, Bert. To the forges here. Alright, so we got 2 high quality items for them. I'm also going to go over to the Culinarians Guild, as they also have a mission for me. And then we'll stop off at the Marauders Guild to get the mission for the Scholar. Then the Fishers Guild to get whatever missions we can get from it. We only had level 30 to do for this one. Bollocks! Man, how in the cells am I going to cook with one bloody hand? God, all the diamond pounds I could earn it. Why I have to be now? Forgive me language, son, don't worry, it ain't serious. Well, it's a bit serious to tell you the truth. I've gone and knackered Leanne trying to catch fallen crazy. He'll heal and all, but it hurts like a bastard. Guess I'll just scratch me arse with it, never mind hold the skillet. Wouldn't be so bad, but Garth sells a bigwig coming to dine today. Most powerful man in old dog. Now, I've been in business for decades, and I ain't no stranger to call dignitaries with whine about the color of the bloody crockery, and how there's too much parsley garnish on top of their soup. This ain't no ordinary coddled dignitary we're dealing with. This one fancies himself a food critic, and he's always out to find fault, real or not. That ain't the worst of it. Owing to his influence, he's driven more than a few respectable establishments to the ground. For this, he's earned himself the name of Chef's Bane in culinary circles. Each time the man's dined at Bismarck, that person on the cooking still is to avert disaster. Don't get me wrong, I've got a complete trust in all my chefs. Bismarck goes under, the guild goes with it. That ain't a burden I can put on just anyone's shoulder. This time someone else is gonna have to fill in for me. I want that someone to be you, Arbor. You're proving yourself more than capable. And in high-pressure situations aside, I'm confident you won't let us down. You do well to begin by talking with Diving Gal. Being an able Dom might be she knows something of the chef's... Lord Lolarito. Oh, God, Lolarito. I am aware of the situation, but don't panic. Though the Guildmaster is indisposed, all is not yet lost. In case you're unfamiliar with our distinguished guest, he is the head of the East Aldenar Trading Company. Though you may not have heard that name before, you almost certainly have heard of the many famous brands it owns, such as Eastmead's Lapidaires and Sunsilk Tapestry. Lord Olarito's countless successes have made him the wealthiest man in Eldar, a place where wealth and influence are synonymous. It goes without saying that he has a seat on the Syndicate, the cabal that rules the Sultanate. Unless you want, Eldar is only notionally a sultanate these days. Anyway, as is often the way with men of meat, Lord Olarito is a lover of fine cuisine. As the Guildmaster doubtless mentioned, he's made a name for himself as a ruthless food critic, and has a penchant for making life miserable for us chefs. Indeed, never places in order, but demands instead that you impress it, and therein lies our first dilemma: to serve. Lest you think the fates unduly mischievous, I have to report that the odds are not wholly stacked against us. It just so happens that Olarito's butler, a fellow by the name of Nonapessa, is dining at Bismarck at this very moment. His golden chance to learn what manner of dish Lolarito craves. Go to Nonapessa on the terrace and try to coax the information out of him. Good luck. I'm sorry. I think I may have misheard. Did you say that you would be preparing Lord Olarito's meal? This is rather unexpected, but if Master Linscape saw fit to entrust the task to you, then you must not be without skill. You should know what my master desires to see. Finally, someone asked me that question. It's quite easy that my lord never wants for comfort, and not pleases him more than see Lord Olarito in high spirits. As such, I should be glad to share with you what I know. Shortly prior to arriving in Insolence, our master spoke of being seized by a craving for a hearty meal of meat. We did not mention a specific dish. I happen to know that smoked raptor is a particular favorite of his. Needless to say, a man of such refined tastes, he would expect no less than the finest sample dish. I hope this information serves you well. Well, Albito is due to conclude business negotiations presently, and will desire to take his meal thereafter. Once the smoke wrapper is ready, pray bring it to me. I shall see it delivered to my master. Alright, so we've got something. Don't know if I have all the ingredients for it, but there's only one way to find out. But first, does this class have all the... I'm just checking because it's been a while since I updated the gear, so... Scratch. How curious as you always come at the most opportune time, Arthur. It's divine providence almost. Doubly so since we have both been blessed with a chance to refine our respective arts. See, in your absence, I have been studying a section of an Armenian treatise detailing marauder fighting techniques. The fundamentals do not differ much from modern methods. There are slight variations in footwork and grip, as well as the distinction between the various ranges and the attack best employed when... forgive me, I lost sight of the more pertinent point. Armenian scholars and marauders fought side by side, yes? Well, now you and I have an opportunity to do the same. Tomberry has been spotted in Bronze Lake, and the Marauders Guild has been tasked to dispatch it. Since Tomberry's dwell within the Wanderer's Palace, an ancient Armenian temple recently discovered in the wake of the calamity, there's a strong possibility the creatures have resided there since before the fall of men. Do you follow my reasoning, Albert? These malevolent creatures may have overrun the temple and claimed it for their own at the height of the Armenian civilization. They may have posed a major threat to the ancient people. If so, then surely facing one in battle would rekindle memories of your fairy. Even if I am mistaken, the Tomberry poses a threat to the locals. Moreover, I would very much like to put my newly learned Armenian techniques to the test. So we shall rendezvous outside the Wanderer's Palace, yes? Yes, we shall. Okay, so that's one mission. Let's see. What other missions do we have? Let's go to the arcade still, because I think I remember seeing a mission there. Yeah, there it is. A fairy tale come true. However, how truth, might you spare a moment? I recently received word that you've been researching the scholars of Nim at the behest of the Marauders Guild member. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. I see. As a result, you can now call upon a fairy to aid you. Fascinating. My trouble you'll meet me downstairs in the practice area. It's like I very much wish for you to try. Okay. I should summon the fairy. My apologies for the wait. Now, would you be so kind as to call forth your fairy? Could have used the animation for summoning. That would have been nice. How charming. The tales do little to capture its beauty. They add a lot more detail to the fairy, I think, since I first played. This phrase no doubt manifested the image of that which you most closely associate with fairies. My research suggests his form is not immutable. Indeed, though a fundamental form may have been incorporated into the original incantation, with sufficient concentration, I believe it possible to supplant this form with the image of another entity. Try conjuring the fairy once more, this time with a carbuncle in your mind's eye. Yay! Remarkable, and with only a single attempt. To see my theory hold, meaning his transformation should be merely superficial, as not to affect his capacity for healing. Very good. With that, we may conclude this little experiment. If you would follow me upstairs. Basically, if you like having a carbuncle follow you around, that allows you to bring your carbuncle back. Which is a good thing to have, in fairness. Thank you, good friend. That proved to be quite the spectacle. I should hope we make use of what we've learned here today. I dare say your fairy's appearance may be without limits. Your fairy's appearance can now be altered by using pet glamour. For example, if you wish to change the appearance of Eos to appear as Ruby Carbuncle, use the text prompt pet glamour Eos Ruby Carbuncle. For the details, enter /pet glamour. Representative of your summoner and scholar familiars. Applying in the simplest typing in the following text command. Pet glamour, summoning glamour. Glamour Tang Igni, Ruby. Change the appearance of Tang Igni to Ruby Carbuncle, you only enter Glamour Titan. Igni Ruby Carbuncle, and then summon Titan. Cast Summon Titan. There are two rules you want to run when using egg. The text command must be executed before summoning a familiar as glamours. It cannot be applied when it has already been summoned. Enter the text command without specifying glamour, we return it to its original form. Okay, check the lodestone for information on currently available glamours. I would actually like to know that. So, let's find out. XIV. Alright. Summon names are Carbuncle, Ruda Eggy, Titan Eggy, Ifrit Eggy, and Eos. Glamours: Carbuncle, Emerald Carbuncle, Topaz Carbuncle, Ruby Carbuncle, Garuda Eggy, Titan Eggy, Ifrit Eggy, Celine. The glamour will be removed when no glamour is specified. Okay, we're gonna test this out. Wow. Alright, let's test this. So it's pet, glamour, slow down, Eos, Celine. Okay, that is cool. Good to know. Though, I want to test something. Okay, you don't have to enter it every time. That's good. Let's see, what else do we have down here? We have Fisherman's Guild quest. Let's go with that. Switch to fishing. Again, are we currently wearing the best gear available for the fishing? No, of course not. I'll get the hats, I think. Or, probably the boots, actually. Your goblin friendly friend was looking for you earlier. He was helping you make his fantasies come true. The recalled dish had tickled his fancy some years ago, and now needs you to procure the necessary fish for it. This desert catfish, as it is apparently called, it is too, and this is the truly mind-boggling part, the desert of all places. The doctor spoke of a trapper named Ogormolo, who fished one out of forgotten springs in the southern reaches of Thanalan. If you want that catfish, you'd best go and speak with her. Okay, so I need to speak to somebody at the Forgotten Springs for that mission. But that is irrelevant, because right now we need to go to Hawker's Alley and see if we have the ingredients for the things we want to make. So firstly, okay, Silva has one of the ingredients. Which is the Raptor Shank. Okay, olive oil. Do we have any? Not right now. Okay. Sunlight. Yes, we do have one of those. Brenda Ray has it. But you'll also have black pepper. Black pepper. Okay. This olive oil will need Cinderfoot olives. Do we have any? We do. Okay. We need at least 4 of them. So we'll retrieve 4. Okay. The other thing we need is table salt. Which, pretty sure we have some already? Yeah, I thought so. So all we need to do is make the olive oil and we're done. We're ready. Oh, right. Yeah, olive oil first. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, that's that. Now this the Raptor. Alright, we got 100%. There we go. We got our smoked raptor. Now I gotta trust the Nirvana with our remaining olive oil. Alright. Now, for the other things we need to make. We need oak lumber, for which we need oak planks. For which we do have enough to make one. Don't know if we have enough of both things though, so we'll have to see. Let's retrieve them all and then that way if we need to go get more, we already have a head start. Okay. Next we also need to make steel plates, which means we need steel ingots. In fact, I should have checked if I even have steel plates in the first place. Yes, Green Waters has 2 of them. Okay. We only need 1 though. Oh, really may need some. No, we don't. We do, however, need steel ingots. Okay. We will need to make more oak lumber, though. So we need to go get some more oak. With that in mind, we'll first go get the oak lumber. Or oak log, rather. It's found near Camp Tranquil. I can pick up the White Mage quest while I'm at Camp Tranquil. See where the next mission takes us. Nope, wrong way. I'm in the right place, but I need to go a different direction to get the White Mage quest. I'd like to take while I'm here at Camp Tranquil. It'll get us Cure 3. Albert, I owe you an apology. When last we spoke, I promised I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you. But I fear he intently refuses to keep my words. The more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I scarce believe we are kin. So intent is he to prove that you are unneeded, they dashed out into the forest all alone, boasting that he would placate every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Let's say such a task is far beyond his powers. There is a part of me that would like nothing more than to see the fool's boy learn his lesson. With his sister, I fear for him. Would you go look after him, Arbor? Caesar or no, he is in many ways still a child. The forest grows, everyone is safe these days. I'd love to go myself, but if you were to save my brother from his own recklessness, perhaps he might finally see how faithless he has been. When last I spoke to him, he announced his intention to begin his efforts in the Bramble Patch. With any luck, you may still find him there. Now please, go in haste before some ill thing befalls him. Okay, Bramble Patch, that's fine. First though, I just want to check something. Because I remember Adam 9's voice being on the list of something. I don't remember taking out enough to remove it from that list. Maybe I was wrong and I already have. Okay. Anyways, botany time. We have some oak to acquire. Make sure I have the best gear equipped I possibly can. Alright. I picked the wrong thing, didn't I? Ah, well, too late now. Yeah, it was this one, Pioneer's Gift, that I was meant to use. Ah, well, we got enough anyways. Switch over to Carpenter, get a little bit up the stairs so that we're not out on the open. Alright. Let's get to work. There we go. Now we switch over to armor first. So close. There. We did it. We got 100%. Oh, we may be able to do it. Just barely, but we'll do it. There. High quality frying pan. Now we can do the same with the other weapon. With the weapon that we need to make. Frying pans are still a weapon. I don't know why I paused myself when I said other. Come on. We did it. Now this one was a bit extra. Alright, so that's all 3 of those done. Now we'll go ahead and finish the White Mage quest, then we'll go do the Summoner one. So... let's go help our fellow White Mage. As much as he wants to deny the fact that we are both White Mages, he still deserves our help. Oh, of course he's in trouble. You visited my sister's favorite adventure. Come to show me up, have you? Well, we can march right back and tell sister I'm doing this fine. I'm only resting. Even if I were hurt and unable to cling to this tree, what could an adventurer like you do about it? See? Beginner's luck. Do you think killing a sapling to his game convince me that you are a worthy inheritor to the teachings of Master Ayatollah? Arun, you yourself do not believe those words. Sister, what are you doing here? Seeing to my pig-headed brother's sake, what do you think I am doing? For better or worse, it would appear you suffer only from bruises to your leg and your pride. Arun, for all your obstinacy, I know that deep down you are no fool. No, you are wise beyond your years. You realize as well as I the dire fate that will befall Gridania if we do not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the wood. The Avenger is not Pajam. This is true. But what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and brings ruin to our home? You have a greater calling to answer. You know this. I do, sister. Ah, my dear Alruin. What are sisters for if not to forgive their little brothers' fits of folly? However, I believe the most important task of all still awaits us. Let's return to Camp Tranquil. I mean, she can. In fact, yeah, why not? We'll do the same. Turn in the quest, get the new spell. Arbor, thank you. I knew it was only a matter of time before Ruin came around to reason, and yet his hesitance to accept you was not entirely unfounded. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be regarded as a forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is as good a day as any for the telling. The tale begins some 3 millennia ago, in the 5th astral era. It was the time of the endless frost, where a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce and more scarcer. The histories hold many a grim tale of those who died in their beds, starving and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born of the most fundamental instinct, survival. In time, the wicked thought that magic was no longer essential to survival. Once awakened to its convenience, there was no return to how things once were. Ere long, the people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilization flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt, and nations warred for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power, to rain destruction down upon their enemies. So was born black magic, the most devastating form of sorcery the world had seen. At the same time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who would keep this immense destruction power in check. That is white magic, our magic. Does this surprise you? Just as there can be no dawn without the night, the white and black are but two sides of the same coin. War raged on, and magic was used and abused with little concern for the consequences. Consequences there were. Unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of ether, threatening to bring blight to the land. Ugh. Magic feeling, it made a little difference. If used with no concern for the ether, our magic would prove as ruinous to the land as the most devastating black magic spell. So it was that the practicing of white magic was forbidden, with one exception, the pouch stone. Our kind were entrusted as sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, serve as healers and bring us a peace while ensuring that this great power would never again be misused. Though he is still young, Arun feels his profound sense of responsibility as strongly as any of us. Thus, his hesitation to accept you. I can see your abilities and the sincerity of your intention. You can rest assured his doubts have been dispelled. With 3 of us united in place and purpose, and your skills ever growing, the day we may perform the quieting draws near. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet been entirely consumed by fury, but our time remains short. You, the Great One, and restore Twellswood to its former state of harmony, and must truly be one of heart, one of mind. It is to this end that a Toakant has guided you to us, furthering your mastery of our effort. Let us mend the wounds of the wood together. Cure 3. Right. Nearby, we do also have the Archer's quest line. I might as well as do it while we're over here. There are some other quests in this area, but they are going to be done later. Right now I need to switch to Bard. Go talk to our mentor. Alright. Armies Paeon, which increases direct hit rate. 80% grants repertoire. Repertoire reduces weapon skill, cast time, and recast time. Okay, can be stacked up to 4 times. It's good to see you return, Albert. Add more seasons still for your time in the world. Call me a spoony bard, but as a man in the winter of his years, it gives me great joy to observe an adventure in spring of his. This is an odd time for recollection, but it was a spring day when a bard first came to my hometown. He played the most sorrowful chords, even as his words tantalized the ear like the breath of one's first love. Many a maiden's heart was stolen during these visits, and doubtless more besides. Ira, would you believe that common bards too were born of archers? This may seem far-fetched upon first hearing, but it isn't so far a stretch. Ask yourself this: what becomes a soldier when conflict gives way to peacetime? Some have lives they might return to, aye, but most must needs take up a new trade to make ends meet. Well, it so happened that many who had once bent the bow took to strumming the harp. They wandered the realm, singing passionately and earnestly of the war as seen through their own eyes, of sweet victories and bitter defeats, of sacrifice and cowardice. Their songs so captured the imagination of people. Never a day passed the bard was not called to perform, be it in a humble tavern or some great lord's hall. Alas, their popularity proved their downfall. Intoxicated by the attentions of the masses, the bards took to embellishing their songs in a bid to outdo one another. And over time, each song was shorn of verity, till the bard's repertoire contained not one shred of truth. By now, you will know that such songs have no purchase upon men's hearts. Certainly, a bawdy tune may set off fits of laughter at a sailor. A sorrowful ballad summoned tears from the eyes of a soft-hearted maiden. Yet these are but the pale shadows of what songs can achieve. For a blessing, this decline did not escape the notice of the Mughals. As great patrons of art, they feared the true power of song might be lost to mankind. So it was that they labored to gather and safeguard those crystals known as souls of the bard. They might be bestowed upon worthy men and women. Well, as I know, you relish listening to my sermons, I dare say to pass time and moved on to the practical side of the lesson. I know I've mentioned this previously, but tell me, are you perchance familiar with the ballad of the Vainglorious Fool? I am not, but I am familiar with the idea that people need to stop trying to sell stuff in my stream. Especially AI viewers. I've said before, it gets you an instant ban, and it's in the rules for the chat that you do have to agree to before you can start chatting. So these bots are just very poorly programmed and just waste everyone's time. Now, well as I know you relish listening to Vainglorious Fool. Right, read that bit. Nay? Well, that won't do at all. We must remedy this post-haste. The song recounts the massacre of Griffin Crossing, a battle that took place decades past, when countless Gridanians slaves came to a premature end. But do forgive me. I seem to have mistaken the proper order of things. Before I begin, I must be convinced that the point of the tale will not be lost upon me. Elsewise, I will have wasted my breath in the telling of it. Now, heed well these instructions. You must make your way to Wellwick Wood, where resides a mated pair of Algos that have but recently lost a kid. The pair of them are mad with grief, and only death will put an end to the uncontrolled rampages. Linger their terror until you encounter the beast, then let fly your arrows of mercy. As you live with them for your sorrow, so too shall your soul resonate with the echoes of melody. Okay, so that is over in Thanalan. Well, we need to go to Thanalan for a mission in the Forgotten Spring anyways, so... Guess we'll do both. I could say a novice network, which you can get from a good bit of the way towards, you get crafting classes a good bit of the way towards 80 by using the, what's it called? Brain, why do you do this thing? There is something specific. But, we'll be back here soon, I take it, because that's a level 41 mission. So I can only think that we'll be back here for some other story-related bit of content. So I'll deal with that then. Oh yeah, I should finish leveling up Bard and Monk to 41 and Ninja. Those are the classes that still need it. Before we return back to Gridania to turn in the Bard mission, we'll go over to deal with the Fisher mission first. Friend of Tuckins, you say? Sure. Dune fished my fair share of desert catfish. Never eat them though. Know that much. Only ever used them as sandboard baits. Thought of eating desert catfish hadn't occurred to me until the goblin devoured it before my eyes. Still wouldn't touch them myself. Different fish for different folk, they say. No problem fishing them out though. Can even tell you how it's done. When it comes down to the right bait in the right place. Nothing to it really. Either dropping a line with some sand leeches at the fishing hole east of Birgot's Strike, where the Amaljan camp was. Okay, sand leeches. Not the same as sea fishing here in the dunes, mind you. Real tests of your reel out there. But just hold on when it flames. Only takes one day to make a day's haul. Good hunting. Okay, so we need sand leeches. Let me just put away the steam bobber. So sandwich. Then they said, where exactly? Right. Pull east of Birgot's Strike. Well, there's Birgot's Strike, so east would be here? Well, let's hope that's right. mean, worst case, I'm wrong and we go looking around, but I'll start by getting to Beergot's Strike and then we'll go east from there. I'm not getting my directions wrong. Because that looks to be the other giant camp that I can think of. And this crack right beside it. Appears to be the right place. Yeah, apparently it is, so we just need to catch a desert catfish. We may catch other things in the interim. Ooh, the fish got away. Okay, interesting. Got it. Sagoli Dunes. Yeah, I don't understand the main purpose of the lighting it up is to make it more visible to the player when it gets snagged. Dustfish. Okay. Storm Rider. Come on, just want a catfish. Did it say anything about needing to mooch or anything? So. Sand green. Again, not what we need. That's the one problem with fishing is that it's totally random what you get. Once you've caught everything, though, you can just send your retainers to fetch things if you need something specific. So that is useful. But until you've got everything caught, it's kind of pointless. Stone Rider again. Still not what we want. I hope it doesn't require a specific time of day. Slug. Okay. Okay, it does recommend that I should try using the powerful hook set. So that does actually help me know if I'm getting the right thing or not. Yeah. We're gonna try it. Dustfish, not what we want. Come on. There we go. That's what we wanted. Alright. Switch back to a bard. Turn in the quarry mill mission. Then use return to go back to Lenosia. Turn in everything. Hopefully completing this quest is enough to level it up. If not, I'm going to quickly, before we wrap up with this class, go and see about finishing its various missions. Welcome back, Harper. I can almost hear the cries of mourning that have seared themselves into your soul. That you remain unbowed by such anguish is a testament to your spirit's fortitude. Yet even as your heart swells to contain these new experiences, you must not neglect your skill with the bow. A resilient heart must needs have a robust body in which to beat. Once you have trained both to equal strength, then shall I perform for you the ballad of the vainglorious fool. Any voice carries on the wind. Song page expanded. Okay. We do need to... So, let's take a look and see what we've got. So, Spriggan, which can be found in Central Shroud at Standing Horses. Standing Horses. Where is there? There's Standing Horses. Okay, got a mount. Summon our Chocobo back as soon as we get over there, because I realize that we don't have it out right now. Which is bad. I don't like that, having my Chocobo. What am I doing? First, we need to get over the cliff. Pass the toads. Where would I have to fight them? Get off the Chocobo. Fine. Alright, we need to find another one. Preferably one that keeps us in the shroud, if we can. Eastern Lanusia for 2 of them. Southern Line for another. Curtis. Alright, well, some of them take us over to Lanusia, so we'll deal with that when we're in Lanusia. Right now, we use return to go back to Limsa. He's in Limsa, so then let's switch around our classes. Starting with Cook. Turn that one in first. Purely because this one has actually got a few levels to it, I think, if I remember correctly. Remember, Lord Alaric will accept nothing less than the best. Your smoke raptor must be the finest example of dish, prepared for the utmost skill. Ah, smoke raptors are good. And I trust you won't object to an inspection, lest you worry about your handiwork being defaced. My years serving Lord Alaric have taught me how to taste with sight and smell alone. By the gods, this raptor is sublime. Looks more like a turkey than a raptor. Like, we used a raptor shank. Like, this should have just been a massive, like, turkey leg, not just a turkey. The marriage of cracked pepper and sun lemon begets an irresistible fragrance, perfectly complements the aroma of the meat. Flavor is rounded out with the mellow fruitiness of olive oil, which also lends the shank a lustrous sheen that tantalizes the eye. Presided over Lord Elevito's dining table for many years. To say without reservation, this is the most delectable smoke raptor I've ever had the pleasure of not eating. It is of little wonder that Master Linsgate deemed you fit to cook in his stead. Doubt that even he could have delivered a better rendition of my master's favorite dish. You, sir, are quite a culinarian. I sense you are more relieved than flattered. Hardly surprising, I suppose. Much more instead of my lord's uncompromising approach to cuisine. While I will not refute the rumors, you may rest assured that Bismarck has no cause to worry. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I must see my lord's meal delivered to him. You may look forward to hearing his judgment and all, and entirely without trepidation, if my senses do not fail me. Pray, send Master Linsgate my compliments. You did it, Harper. You impressed the pants off Lalorito's butler. No one person knows his master's taste better than his own, and his approval is all the assurance I need. The guild's safe, and it's all thanks to you. You have ceased to amaze me, Harper. You came to us with nary any knowledge of cooking, and now you're like a second left hand. Well, that didn't come out right. What I mean to say is, you're as useful to me as the hand I'll skill it with. Summit, no Calerian can do without. You have got in you to be one of the finest chefs in the realm. I will see you fill your potential. Promise me you'll keep at your cooking. I mean, I fully intended to. See if there's anything else I can... Nope, we're all good. Right, good of you to drop in again, Arbor. Be surprised how many of your guildmates stop coming all together, thinking they know all what needs knowing. But as any scholarly would tell you, the learning never stops. I speak from experience. There's some that say I'm the best in the realm, but there ain't a day that passes that I don't discover something new. Now you and me, we're chefs first and foremost. But there's more to the restaurant business than just cooking. That's why I want you to speak with Letitia, our bookkeeper. Before coming to us, she herself was a scholarly, doing customs work at Melvain's Gate. You stand to learn much and more by seeing things from our perspective. Okay. What level is this mission? 35. This is the level 35 mission. Okay. Arbor, the chef who prepared Lord Lollarito's meal at the Guildmaster's stead. Thanks to your heroics, the Big Mark's reputation came through unscathed. We all owe you for that. So what brings you to my counter? Master Lingate would have you learn about the restaurant business at large, you say? Well, of course. It would be my pleasure to share with you such knowledge as I possess. Before we begin, I could do with a bite to eat. It has been a long and busy shift. I haven't had the chance to sit down to a proper meal. By way of board, might I trouble you to prepare some ratatouille for me? I'm probably spoiled, but please make it the most exquisite serving you can manage. My thanks in advance. Funnily enough, that was actually today's delivery. So I'm pretty sure I still have all of the ingredients to make that one. Let's find out. Because Render Ray should have the wizard eggplant. Let's see, should also have the round horn zucchini, ruby tomato, some laurel, Garlian garlic, and then Vinarana should have. Where'd it go? Nope, not clove oil, olive oil, lavender oil rather. This is one of the recipes I have actually made from the FF14 cookbook. I think it's delicious, and I do look forward to it. There we go. I'll drop off everything I don't need later. To the Culinarians Guild. Turn in the level 35 mission, and then take the level 40 mission. We'll then go over to the blacksmiths and do the same. I mean to rush you, but if the ratatouille takes much longer, I fear I'm like to pass out from exhaustion. Jesus, calm down. Here you go. Ah, such an enticing aroma. I will enjoy this right away. First, you need to inspect it, of course. We did the less fancy version. Ah, well. I can't remember the last time I had such a tasty ratatouille. It was truly wonderful. With my hunger sated, we can now delve into the kind of work I do here. In fact, you have just witnessed one of my most important duties, keeping track of our members' progress. I found that sampling each person's rendition of ratatouille gives a marvelous insight into their growth. Owing to simplicity, the vegetable sauté lends itself well to variation, allowing the chef to pour himself into its creation. Indeed, your own bespeaks your ability to create a quality dish under strict time constraints. Do not underestimate that skill. I find a great deal of a restaurant's success lies in performing tasks expeditiously. As an example, some other services that provide are procuring ingredients, ensuring our equipment functions, perhaps most importantly, listening to our customers. If any of these tasks were ignored for an extended period, it is fair to say that Bismarck would fall into chaos, and our name would lose its considerable luster. Well, I trust you now have something of an insight into my responsibilities. I only wish that all our members shared your curiosity about what goes into running this place. Yeah, it would be useful if other people got that invested. Alright. We just got this and already we're just synthesizing it. Actually, didn't we get other upgraded material? No, that was it. I do technically have another pickaxe, but I am saving that to give to one of my retainers when they level up. I'll take the linen smock, probably. Oi, Arbor, you're just the lad I was looking for. Which is to say, the lad what Letitia was looking for. She's in need of some practice hands, and you've got the only ones you'll trust. Besides mine, of course, but I've got my own matters to attend to. Take for warning, though, Arbor, the better you get, the more others will turn to you. It's a fine feeling being relied upon, but it can be a right pain in the arse, too. Anyway, nothing to be proud. Run along and find out what Letitia wants. My thanks for agreeing to help, Arbor, and I will tell you the details of your task. I must ask that you keep it in the utmost confidence. The Admiral is scheduled to host an afternoon tea for visiting dignitaries. Bismarck has been called upon to provide the repast and refreshments. I have been charged with conceiving the menu and require help making a few sample dishes. I would be grateful if you could prepare a blood currant tart, a serving of pastry fish, and a cup of chamomile tea, all of the finest quality. As a woman at sea, the Admiral drinks liquor like most folk drink water. The same cannot be said of her guests, hence the afternoon tea as opposed to, say, a dinner banquet. Alas, we know little and less of their taste besides that, so I am forced to consider a wide variety of options. It has proven to be quite a task, but with your help I am confident that we can serve up the menu to please. Okay, so I have a bunch of dishes to make for that one. I can do that. I'll just need to get all the ingredients together. First things first, though. Let's go turn in some other quests. We'll start with the armor one because that one looks to be a two-part. If it requires me to go somewhere, I'd rather deal with it. That part. Where's that frying pan, Arbor? It is true that you are no longer some rank novice, but do not think your posterior safe. I told my booty to choose hither and dally. Oh, excuse you. Here it is. Jeez. Truly another consummate work. I can find no flaw with its weight or balance. It is not so heavy as to be a struggle to lift, yet it remains sturdy enough to endure the frantic pace of a Bismarck's kitchen. I trust at this juncture that you comprehend in full my earlier warning. To produce a fry pan of this quality would most certainly have required undivided attention. You can tell this iron received just that. Consistency of the metal's thickness is all the evidence one needs. This type of precision should not be undervalued. In this case, should the fry pan be poorly forged, the heat of its cooking surface will be uneven, and such flaws are unacceptable to an exacting culinarian such as Master Vinsky. Even the sturdiest of utensils, however, rarely lasts him more than a few set seasons. It is a struggle to find armorers who can meet his demanding specifications when he turns to our guild for replacements. I had long intended to assign this commission to you, but your encounter with Blazedeer had me doubt in your ability to concentrate. This is one of those rare occasions when I am happy to be proven wrong. Your uncompromised attention to detail continues to be an inspiration to your compliments. Speaking of details, there is one that remains untended. Delivering this fry pan into this Levinscape sound. I trust you do not need directions to the culinarian's guild. No, I do not. I probably should have taken this quest earlier. One steel bijou, Arbor. Make the greatest weapon you've ever made, and throw it away and make a better one. Wow. You come with my gift? Excellent. Let's have a look, shall we? I abandoned nothing short of perfection, and you have exceeded my every expectation, Arbor. Fine bijou I have never seen. A well-wrought oak haft with solid steel blade, more than sharp enough to slice through sinew and bone. Many an orc's neck shall it cleave. I cannot wait to see it wielded. Yes, the glory of the steel bijou you have forged for me shall be sung in the screams of all who stand before it. I see my trust in you is not misplaced. However, and I trust I shall have need of your skills in the future. Yeah, you all certainly will. Ugh. One moment. Actually, yeah, I think with this particular... Okay, I can't do that. I'll stick with white then. I still like it when they're pink because it looks too close to his skin tone, and that makes it look like he's not even wearing gloves. But he also clearly isn't the same, so he also is still wearing gloves. It's weird. You know, Arbor, the contact tracks you've helped the guild secure ought to make us a fortune, if you can find the hands to keep up with demand, that is. Right? A name you've made for yourself in the process. You got your head in the forge, so you don't hear what I do. All over reports I hear the chatter sailors and merchants extolling the fabled wares from Albert's forge, and I assure you they ain't alone. Hell, it's gotten to the point where half your fellow smithies are asking that you forge their smithing tools, as if you've tried to make them one by one. So I told them the most they could hope for would be one wrapped up to Crow's Beak Hammer, true example of showing excellence to which all of its kind would be held. What's say, lad? Reckon you can do your forge and this favor? Yeah, I can do that. Right. This one doesn't have a fast travel point, so we'll go turn this in first. What do I need for that anyways? A steel crow's beak, steel ingot, and boar leather. Pretty sure I have all the ingredients to make the boar leather, and I either have the ingredients, I either have the steel ingot, or I have at least have the ingredients. Anyways. Oh, you'll be happy to see me. You have to learn my new frying pan, have you? Yep. Well, now I ain't cheap you. With this pan, I'll be able to whip up all sorts of dishes and not fret about burning the middle or undercooking the edges. You say this was your work? Only the Forge Master herself has ever been able to make utensils what I consider worthy of the Bismarck. Seems like I finally got me another craftsman I can trust. Welcome to the kitchen anytime, lad. Of course I have. I already work here. Figured I already have a pair. Yep. So we'll just get some. There we go. Take the next level of quest. Might as well finish up all of the and stuff. If I finish all the quests, that'll be great. So I do should check. Right, the fishing quest is still only level 35. And my fishing level is at 48. Wow. Okay, I didn't realize we'd actually gotten it at that high level. Well then. I hope you're feeling competitive, Arbor, for Glacier submitted a formal challenge. Seems he means to recover the pride you cost him with your previous victory. He's an overgrown, sulky child who sees his fellow colleagues as not more than rivals. In his tiny world, all that matters is who is the best, who is the brightest, who is the most able to prove immediate value to the guild. I would be lying if I said I did not also take such factors into account. You well know I demand for excellence, but the methods we take to reach it differ vastly. Glacier would run a guild of exclusion, one in which an adventurer like yourself would have been unwelcome. Lack of sense of that is clear. He may be equal in skill and technique, but it is this narrow perspective that weighed the balance against him in our contest with the Guildmaster's chair. I won and he lost. That simple fact plays an enormous role in the enmity that now lies between us. I'm certain that past defeat is no small part of what fueled Menstier's present desire to put himself through better. I regret that this ridiculous feud has drawn you into its bitter maw. But if it means seeing that stubborn old dodo put in his place, then I'm just childish enough myself to encourage you to accept. Menstier awaits you in his usual haunt. Go to him and show you the steel to pick up the gauntlet he's thrown down. I've had just about enough of those coddling ways. She's raising a generation of slackjaws who look like armorers but ain't fit to wipe the soot from a proper craftsman's backside. Before you know it, folk will start losing trust in the trade itself. Years of pride and tradition are crumbled to dust around our feet. Of course, ever since you bested me in our little competition, the words don't carry the weight they once did. Seems like I've got to take you down a few pegs before I can start putting things to right. The world needs to know that old Menstier is not to be beaten by one as a lot, even if it were a prize pup. We'll sell this the old-fashioned, a 3-round contest of skill. There ain't no point in dragging us out. Let's get straight to the challenge for the first round. The finest mythical curacy from Forge. Since I'll be choosing the task, we'll leave the appraisal of our work to your precious Forge master. I'll be taking the armor from her directly. Once you've shown us out to your own curious and heard her decision, bring the piece to me so I can see it for myself. Alright, I can work around that. So first things first, let's go turn in the Fisher quest. Please bring your fine tasty fresh fish cat in Sandylands for friendly friend tactics. Yeah, here you go. 1 desert catfish. Tactics is Thanksgiving to Fishbringer for lip-smacking fish cat. Fish cat nose strings make for strengthful satchel strands. Tactics trades tongue flap for Linsgate for fancy cooking of fish cats in Bismarck. Linsgate's only fancy cook after chop block because of strengthful fish cat odor. Fishbringer make tactics one happy, be gobby. Aw, cute. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get the shoes from this one. These ones are, yeah. Hold on. Steel closely camera, not a heavy one. Okay. Oh, well then. Okay. We're ready. Now let's go and pick up the next fisherman's quest as well. I'll get the pants. Just a fisher I was hoping to see. Uncanny timing is all. The celebrity you've achieved has resulted in more obscure requests than I know what to do with. Your dune fishing escapades in particular have raised eyebrows. The truly eccentric requests I've seen fit to turn away, but who can say no to the Brigare Consortium? I, for one, cannot, but perhaps you'll have something else to say when you speak with Sybil. She's waiting for you outside the guild. Sybil. Arbor, I take it. The legend said you were rugged, but failed to mention how delectable you are as well. I have no doubt our time together will be advantageous to us both. To business then. Why don't you bring me rain collars from Vidania's Jadeite blood. However, there's a catch to this catch. The rain callers spend most of their time lying dormant on the bed of the water, active only when the rains come. Keep an eye on the skies. You'll need the fish to be aroused so that they'll bite at the bait. Stand board are most effective, or so I am told. As why I want them well, the fish are prized with wealthy old dons for possessing certain properties. This custom brigade of Resorians will fulfill unconventional needs and desires. 5 rain colors are all required to satisfy the sergeant's needs. Okay, rain colors. Do I have any? Sorry. I'm trying to think if I have any. The hunting log. I need the hunting log right now. I need the fishing log. Nope, it's not the fishing log. Fishing guide. Okay. Got a lot of new things. I just want to see if I got rain collar. This sounds familiar to me. A type of fish that only appears in a specific location when it rains. Perhaps I'm misremembering. Okay, so to get this one, we'll need to go to Jadeite Flood in Gridania with stem bowlers. Okay, we'll do that later. Right now, let's hope we're at a Hawker's Alley and see if we can make any of the things that I need to make. Okay, so first things first. We need some mithril plate, for which we need mithril ingots, for which we need mithril ore. How much do we need, though, is the question. Mithril cuirass calls for electrum ingot, mithril rings, and mithril plate. Okay. For the mithril rings, we'll need 1 mithril ingot. I'll go ahead and make that one now so that it's done. This is the armor, so we'll do it with, armor craft. Keep going. There we go. Okay, we made it. So we got that. We also need to make some mithril plates, for which we'll need at least 2 mithril ingots, for which we'll need... Great, we're going to need a lot more mithril ore. So for that, I will switch back, I will teleport over to the Forgotten Spring, and get to work. I might as well see about the ingredients for everything else while I'm off and going around. Resummon my chocobo and next time to go into combat. Ooh, also I'll need to see about oh, where is it? On one of my, there we go. In one of my pages I did take a look. Where is the Jadeite Forest is the question. Okay. So I need to figure out where the Jadeite Forest is. Let me get some rain collars. green collar. Alright. So Jedi Flood. Oh, that's just New Gridania itself. Okay. So Gridania itself will not have rain until 2 a.m. That's when I plan to go to bed before then, so looks like we're not doing the Fisher quest today. Ah well. That's fine. Mithril ore. Ooh. We finally got Mountaineer's gift. Hopefully we can get enough out of this. Okay, I think that's 12, which is more than enough. But we only have one way of finding out. I think we only need 4 right now, so we'll make 4. Alright, that's that. Oh jeez. I'm not gonna waste it. There we go, on the pro plate. We need 2 though for this. Last time we got an excellent, so that's the only reason we were able to do as well as we did. Yeah, it's unlikely we're going to get that again. Still, 87%. Yay. Alright, now all we need is an electro unit, which I'm pretty sure don't we have some? No, we don't. Okay. Search by crafting method. For that, we need to get electrum ore. Sorry, wrong thing. Search for item. Do we have any? We do. We have 9. So we should be able to make it with what we've got. Okay. Now, for this one, we'll need to first make a steel crow's beak hammer. For that, we'll need to make some steel ingots. We've only got 1 left. Okay, so search by crafting method. Search for bomb ore, ash. I'm pretty sure I've still got, yep, we got 8 iron ingots. We got 5, so that's enough to make 2 more steel ingots. Okay, so we can make 2 steel ingots, which is enough. Okay, what about undyed belt tea? We have some. Oak lumber. Oh, well, we got some almost actually. Linseed oil. That we're gonna have to make. So search by crafting method. Alpha made with flax. We got flax in, so we got enough for that. Okay. Blood currant tart for the pie dough. We'll have to make that. For that, we'll need sunseed wheat flour, which we do have 1 high quality. Table salt, which we're out of, and mineral water, which I'm pretty sure I have some in. Yep. Okay. So for table salt, we'll need rock salt. Of which we have 3, so we got plenty to make the pie dough. Blood currants. Do we have any? We do not yet. So we'll need to get some of that first. Which we find in South Shroud, Lower Paths. Teleport to Camp Tranquil again. Probably should have checked all the ingredients off the list, but eh. Alright, I need to be a botanist right now. Ow. Jesus Christ. You rat. At least I think it's a rat. Some kind of rodent, anyways. And there's a big dragonfly. Alright, so right now I should use Field Mastery combined with West Harvest to get some blood currents. A bunch of other new ingredients in this area though, so I'm gonna gather those first. Oh, not a bunch, just one really, so I can get some time. Not need something else. Alright. So we have the blood currants. Pretty sure we have some butter. Yep, we already have butter. Maple sugar, we already have some of that. Natron, we'll need to make some, which will require effervescent water and rock salt, which we have enough of. Okay, I may need to get more rock salt soon though. Gelatin, we need to make some gelatin, which requires bat wings and a brass loach. Okay, we'll need to find out where to get a brass loach. Okay, crayfish ball in a place called Central Shroud with a mirror. Ah, but to get it there we need bloodworms. Do we have bloodworms? Yes, actually we do. So we'll retrieve that, then we're going to go to Central Shroud to 2628. 2628 in the shroud. Central Shroud. Got it. Okay. Over here. Okay. Let's head over there and see if we can get what we're after. Bloodworms right now. Why do I apparently have some honeyworms? I mean, it's nice to get extra fishing supplies. Right now we want to come over here. This is the mirror. And from here we begin fishing. Okay, that's Maiden's Harp, not what we were after. Brass Loach is what we're after. So this was the ideal location to go. I'll start using snagging if I have to. Do I need anything special for it to appear here? Nope. No special conditions, mooching, or weather. Come on. Give me the one I want. Okay, well, at least you got something new. Still not what I wanted, though. I do like that if you're actively fishing when time's out, it keeps you in it until the current thing is finished. I will change locations if I have to. Still haven't caught it. Not well. I think I only need the one of those, so... Okay, we're gonna try a different location if we don't get it soon. After this run, that I will use Valiant's favor. Boost our odds. Well, apparently I can also just straight up buy this ingredient. Which I will end up going and doing if I don't get this within the next bit. Yeah, that time's out and I still haven't caught it. I'm ready to go straight up by it. What do we get? Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and buy it. Can't be bothered. Okay, that was the one ingredient that we needed for that. We have everything else. Alright, pastry fish. What do we need for this? So pie dough, we can make it out. We're definitely gonna need more rock salt though. Just judging from the amount of ingredient recipes that call for it. So we'll go ahead and get some rock salt quickly. Anyways. All the other ingredients shouldn't be too hard. Raisins. We haven't made any, but we should be able to get some. Desert saffron, we already have. More table salt, so we definitely need to get more. Almonds, we have. Mirror apples, I'm pretty sure we have. No, we don't. Okay, we need to get some. Which is found in Curtis. Okay. That's what I haven't had a chance to look at. But right now we need more rock salt, for which will need to be a mine. Because the amount of table salt and just rock salt that we need for all the recipes that we need to make. Also, it looks like we need to get more sunset flour. Because we need to make more pie dough. Make sure I have like 20 rock salt because I feel like it's one where there's a lot of for the cooking recipes. Okay, so for the paste, for the raisins, we need lowland grapes. Do have. So for the recipe of this, what do we actually need? Is it it's just the mirror apples. So wait, do I seriously not have any? Because I collected some. I must have used them for something. Maybe I only collected enough to do a delivery. Unlike usually, if I have something on delivery, I'll collect more than I need. Huh, so these are apple trees? Strange apple trees. I don't need the one I got two, so we're fine. Chamomile, we need to collect more. Honey, we have plenty. So, yeah, let's go get some chamomile. That's a lot easier. Actually, seeing as we're going to the area for the Scholar mission, I might as well just do that while we're here. interest in the fate. Here's my chocobo. Alright. Okay, we're starting the mission itself. We'll need to keep Alpha's Loca alive then. Well, not Argot, I'd only just arrived myself. It was in this vicinity of Tomberry's last sighting. With luck, it will not have gone far. There's Tomberry. Look, it's up the stairs. Oh, well, that's us. My son, my dear son, long last the rancor, the rancor, it rises, comes. Oh, my poor fairy. Oh dear. I'll bring some of these abominations. Oh, hello. Okay. How do you deal with that? There. Phew, we did it. Ah. What are you doing? Move, damn you. My... Confound it all. How the fairy has rekindled the fairy's memories. Meaning that was no ordinary Tomberry. What happened, Arbor? I thought you could control her. I apologize. We've only just begun to work with the fairy. Some disobedience is to be expected. Axmaster Wisdom will be disappointed, but there is naught we can do. Tomberry's long gone. Let's return to Limsa Lamensa. Do I have everything I need, though? Yes, I think I have everything I need for all the crafting that I need to do. We'll first turn in the Scholar mission, and then we'll... get to work on everything else. Alright. Permit to apologize second time. Earlier I was flustered, not myself. In the aftermath of Tomberry's escape, I completely overlooked our accomplishments. We confirmed the viability of Minion tactics, proved that Skull and Marauder working in tandem is a force to be reckoned with. Would you not say? If I'm mistaken, we confirmed we regained some of our memories, yes? With that in mind, I feel comfortable claiming that this was a worthwhile endeavor. However, do try and regain mastery over your Minion, Arbor. I would hate for a repeat of that incident. Alright, let's go down to Hawker's Alley, talk to our people, and get back to work. Oh wait, Electrum. Do we have some? No. But we do have some ore, so we don't need to go get some. Nailbird has what we need. Is it 4 you need for this? Which is, seems like a lot to make 1. But, okay. What about this thing? Let's take a look. So for this, Green Waters has what we need. For steel ingots. Lena Rana has the undyed velveteen. We have the oak lumber. The linseed oil will need 2 flax. There. Alright. And to make the wrapped version, we'll need another steel ingot. Which, for that, we'll need... Yeah, let's get Nailbird back and get 2 of the iron ore that he has. Okay. I think I have everything I need right now. So we'll switch over to blacksmith first. The steel ingot. Now for linseed oil, we'll need to switch over to Alchemist. Alright. In fact, no. We'll save the high quality for the actual one that requires the high quality. Galactic Blacksmith. There we go. Okay, next the wrapped one. We have a steel ingot for that. We now have a steel crow's beak. We just need boar leather. Currently don't have any of. However, I do have all the ingredients. Silva should have the... Yeah, I know who I need to talk to. Silva has boar leather, or hide rather. Do we only need one of that? Double check. Yep. And the nailbird has the alum. Worker. Okay. Okay, it's the boar leather. So now, when I do this as a blacksmith, we have a good head start on making it high quality. And done. Alright, so we got that one finished. Next, switch to a goldsmith and make the electrum ingot. Fuck, I made a mistake. Nope. Darn it. That was a waste of the electrum. I don't have that much. must not misreading that. Okay, let's get back to work. See if we can make this. Right. Alright, we have high odds of success now. There, we got the electrum ingot. High quality electrum ingot. And high quality for everything else. Good. Make sure that we're definitely as good as we can get. Yep. Let's do it. An excellent quality increase. Yes. Okay, I'm always happy when we get those. The odds of getting them are not that high. I think they get higher the higher your skill is, but there we go. Made the thing. Alright, so let's try and make the rest of this. We need to get ingredients from Rana, who has sunset wheat flour, maple sugar, which we only need one of, I think. Is it one or two? Just the one. Okay. Got the maple syrup. Let's use the butter and the ingredients for Pyro, which are table salt and mineral water. I think Milbert has the mineral water. I think I need two of those. So we're going to need to make 2 Pyros. Oh, and some tea. So we'll actually need to get one more. Okay. Oh wait, did we get the chamomile? No, we meant to get the chamomile. We were gonna go to Oakwood and get it. Darn it. I forgot completely. I'm trying to do the scholar quest. Alright, we'll sort that out later. Right now, let's try and sort out all the other ingredients that we need. So, Jolina Rana also has honey on her. Yeah, we only need the 1 honey, I think. I'll double check. Alright, so for raisins, we need lowland grapes, which Brenda Ray has. Lowland grapes, we only need the 1, I think, because we only need 1 thing of raisins. Yes, desert saffron should also be in Brenda Ray's possession. I think. Let's check. Yeah, block 2. There it is. And almonds. Alright, that's everything we need for that. Except for the pie dough, obviously, but we need to make a lot of that. For that, we'll need more sunset wheat, I'm pretty sure. So, we'll get some of that. Okay, so pastry fish. Pretty sure we have everything we need for that now. Smooth butter, which China's house. Okay, natron. Of course, effervescent water, which I'm pretty sure Nailbird has the effervescent water. Right, so that takes care of the Matron. And then the gelatin, we need a battery, which Silva should have. Yep, there they are. Alright, that's a rat wing. Okay. Do we have any... Okay, so we got everything we need to make that one. Okay, do we have any table salt to begin with? No, we need to make some. So we'll start with that. We'll start by getting the, we'll start with the sunset wheat. Right, that's sunset wheat flour. And we need to make 2 pidos. Let's make some table salt first. There's our table salt. Now for the pie dough. Alright, there's the first pie dough. Wait, no, we got 6 out of that, so we're actually fine. Alright, so next is Natron, which is made by alchemists. That's that done. So, pastry fish. Everything except the raisins. Percent. That's fine. We've made the raisins now, so we can make our pastry fish. Yeah. I know raisins, table salt. Okay. Yay, we made our pastry fish. Alright, next we need to make the blood cart, which requires something that we need to get from the fishing shop. So that's over by the aft castle. While I'm here, I could go ahead and turn in those 2 quests. I'll do a little things. We'll finish them, so we might as well. We'll actually start with armor, because it's done in 2 parts. In fact, nah, it's fine. All I'm asking for is a single rep close-view camera of the finest quality, of course, so I can show your fellow humans how it's done. By Beergot's beard, who would have thought that the brutish tools of force could possess such beauty? The hammer's claw evokes the elegance and ruthlessness efficiency of a golden beak plucking worms from the ground. And its flawless counterbalancing symmetry by the face, not in the wildest fortune plans could I ever envision laying hands or eyes on such a perfect hammer. Hells, I reckon it's too perfect to show to that lot. Look upon the daunting heights of such peak perfection which shows discourage even the boldest of budding blacksmiths. On the other hand, it ought to put those uppity smithies in their place. Besides, they are trying to keep this hammer hidden away from the world. With any luck, it will serve as inspiration to your forge mates, and maybe even motivate one to follow in your footsteps. I'm gonna go ahead and get the lid of the slot. Armorer. Blazier's already been here to submit his work for appraisal. You have a mythical cures prepared as well, I trust. With superb craftsmanship, Margaret, it seems the pressure of this challenge have done naught to cloud your eye for detail. In fact, you may have produced your finest piece yet. Your superior Blazeers in every respect. You think me biased? Yes, it is true that I despise the self-centered windbag. I need to judge this contest fairly, and the Rogan's armor was indeed forged with its customary quality. But it is thus that the brilliance of your cure shines all the more brightly for improving on the work of our master artisan. Mithril is a notorious difficult material to shape. Yet see the gloss of these plates, not a single imperfection to mar its surface. I have cast an eye over many a suit of armor, but it is refreshing to know that I can still be impressed. First round goes to you. I only wish I could be there to sequence your week when you show the masterpiece you have created. So, I chose your armor or mine, did you? Surprise, surprise. Come then, pup. Let's see if this is really work hard. Well, you have not been neglecting your craft, that much is certain. I can't rather disagree with her decision. Next round will be a different story. Be sure of that. Okay, again... Actually, yeah, again, I'm not a fan of this color. But, this time, instead of going for... white, I think I'd rather go for more of a brown shade. Or, no, never mind. I've already used it, so... There we go. I should have gone with black, actually, now that I took a closer look at... Or what? I should have gone with white to complement the black, but oh well. It's fine. I will briefly switch back to blacksmith. Update hits here. Then we will botanist, fast travel to Ale Port. It's gonna be faster to do it that way. Chamomile. successfully made the pastry fish. Oh, we were gonna go fishing. We're gonna buy some fish first. Darn it. I'll have to remember to do that when I get back to Lisa. Yeah, better update these, just make sure we maximize our possibility of getting what we want. Yeah, it should be more than enough. Let's go over to the campsite and we can do some cooking there. I mean, we're just making some tea. There we go. Alright, so we got the chamomile tea. All that's left really is to get the grass loach to use for the raisins. Fish munchies up here. At least I hope that's the person I need to speak to. Yes. Alright, brass loach. Just gonna go ahead and get 10 of them. Don't need them for anything else. Now. Blood currant tart. Pie crust. Smooth. And gelatin. Almost there. Alright, we have everything. Alright. Yeah, I think I will actually stay up long enough to do the Rain Caller one, because it is the last level 40 mission that we have in Limsa, so I will probably do the Marauders one quickly as well. How are the items I requested coming along? Lest you forget, it's a blood currant tart, a serving of pastry fish, and a cup of chamomile tea that I need. All the finest quality. Ah, such a tantalizing medley of aromas. I can't wait to sample each one. You have outdone yourself yet again, Arthur. As soon as our guests seat themselves at table, their noses will be enticed by the rich and relaxing fragrances of chamomile. Having taken a warm sip of the tea, their attentions will turn next to the tart and pastry. For instance, they are at a loss, as both dishes are prepared with such loving detail. Is this mere food to consume or art to admire? They feel a twinge of sadness they must deface of beauty. That sensation is short-lived, for so near do their teeth break the flaky crust, they experience a veritable symphony of tastes and textures. The making of pastries and sweets demands not only a delicate hand, but artistic sense besides. And you, Robert, are possessed of both. I can recommend you to the Admiral without reserve. I owe you an apology, and she an explanation. I wasn't being wholly forthright with you. While I am indeed tasked with conceiving the menu for the Admiral's function, it was also my job to select the guild member who will serve as her chef. And I am thrilled to inform you that honor shall fall to you, the man who passed my test with flying colors. There is no doubt in my mind that you will represent the Bismarck Admiral. Keep up the fine work and be close at hand when the Admiral has need of you. Well then, that's certainly going to be a challenge. But also I'm sure the Admiral will be delighted by the prospect that one of the greatest adventures in the land is going to be preparing a meal for her. Just making sure we're all prepared. Okay. So right now we do have that one to do. But I think I'd rather fast travel to Costa del Sol and take care of the Marauders quest. The less, I do intend to go to bed soon, so we can't stay up too late. But I'll stay up late enough to at least take care of the whole thing with the Fisher. I think it's the Fisher anyways. Yeah, we're not gonna get rain until like half past, even then not for long, so we'll have to be quick about going where we need to go and getting what we need to get. Right now, though, oh, I am happy to report that we got another one of these rings. We've got Conjurer, Lancer, Pugilist, Archer, Thaumaturge, and Arcanist now. So Lancer was our newest addition. Ooh, hold on. Bloodshore Bell. That's one of the ones on Bard's list. Cool. I just want to see if anyone else requires a Bloodshore Bell. Yep. Thought so. Two more. Do I have to wait for them to respawn, or are there more nearby? I think I have to wait for these ones to respawn. Oh well. Unless... Nah. Okay. Or... These are on, I believe, a few different lists as well. Rune to its instant. It's an instant that costs more mana, but it's the best damage. When it's 236, we'll need to teleport to Gadania. Right, Mithril Tempest. Okay, my friend, it is quite obvious that you have been anything but idle in your training since last we met. Your progress is hardly to look upon. Truly. It also serves to remind me that each hour I spend poring over ancient text is an hour not spent honing my skills. I fear my work on the battlefield is diminishing by the day. Yet I'm certain that my studies of the Chronicles will reveal something of use. Back in just last night I discovered how the warriors of my tribe came to be shunned by the outside world. By wasting my people's prowess with the axe, the armies of the city-states began to incorporate similar techniques to their own training regiments. These are the stealthy techniques I have instructed you in on, ones which will call upon the inner beast. The consequences were dire. Yes, our soldiers became nigh on unstoppable. They also became wholly uncontrollable, and both friend and foe fell prey to the ensuing carnage. Of course, the heads of city-states laid the blame for these atrocities solely at the feet of my kind, promptly banning the ancient art and imprisoning anyone suspected teaching it. Or so the chronicles say. What I find hard to grasp, though, is that never once during my training did my brother hint at this dark history, nor have I myself ever seen one of my tribe succumb to the rage the chronicles describe. Could it be that the tales are mere falsehoods? Stories concocted by some long-forgotten enemy who would poison our heritage and defile our tribe's name? Only the right man can seek to sully something so pure, and one of my ancestors simply bow their heads and suffer such ignominy. Our people should be so weak, so utterly bereft of crime, is inexplicable. I refuse to believe it. It matters not if these claims are groundless. If they prompt my tribe's art to fade to obscurity, then damage is only done. I, for one, will not turn a blind eye to this injustice. If not, my people will give the lies of stories that so tarnish their reputation. It shall have to be me. But once again, I lose myself in history without credit. You recall I spoke to you of my former comrade from the company of heroes, and the great woolly beast we have been pursuing. The beast remains on the loose, and to toss upon the cell-phone wound, without creatures that appear to be convenient for the written habit of innocent residents of Blindport. You and I, since calling it threat, sure the people would see that warriors are no gruesome beasts, but valuable allies. Together, armored, we will win back our proud name. Now, that is the way to Blindport to be captain of the militia. Yes, we shall do that. But first, I'm going to check if anyone else requires a call, dude. Nope. Okay. Then was this White Mage who needed the Bloodshore Bell? Let's see if anyone else does. Nope. 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 And I need to remember that those two share something, so. Alright. Let's go over to Wineport. About 20 more minutes. My friend, Reborn is much obliged for your aid. The fiends come relentlessly, and what few able-bodied men we have find themselves hopelessly out for a match. The western gates have been so besieged that they are currently left without any manned defense. Leave offense to us, my good man. I will secure the western gate. Arbor, you defend the town from the east. Together we will form a bulwark that not a single fiend can penetrate. Once the enemies were driven back, we return here to back up the captain. Got it, Arbor? I guess. Thank the 12 you say. We have need of your skill yet. I just heard a scream. I fear that one of the beasts might be loose within the village. Come with me. Monster, get away, get away! What? Monster, but I... Come no closer, Arbert. I beg of you. I must return to the falls. Oh, poor guy. He just wanted to be helpful. Whoever has gotten into Curious Gorge. It is true that he fought like a man possessed, but to mistake him for the very beast he hunts, methinks the child's parents have been feeding her a few too many ghost stories for her own good. Worry not, Fred. I should speak to the villagers and clear up this most unfortunate misunderstanding. Do return to the falls and assure Corius Gorge that Wineport is indebted to him for his aid. I will do that, but first, we have another mission we can do. Because we're at least level 40 ninja, and Wineport is right next to the ninja quest base. Welcome back, Arthur. You may enter. Damn right I may enter. I'm gonna be one of the best ninja. Ooh, a teleportation ability. You have trained well since we last met, Arthur. I heard not a cry from the door you entered, nor a creak on the floorboards as you drew near. This is clear. Neither waterfalls nor men of wood will serve to hone your senses further. No shinobi of your ability receives his tutelage in the field. Consider this your first lesson in the art of assassination. Never mind who our target is. He is ever elusive bird. We have come across some information I believe may avail us. Rumor has it that Captain Duramo Will of the Bloody Executioners has narrowly evaded several attempts on his life in recent days. This is doubtless the work of Karasu and his men. None other are so bold or skilled as to even consider such attack. I'm unsure death will cause the shinobi forsake his mission. Karasu will strike again. Will be questions are where and when. As to those questions, then will be us paying him a surprise visit next time. Fortunately, I know of a man who might be able to give us what we seek. Captain Duramo Will has a trusted lieutenant by the name of Wilson. A man who, if I believe, is known to fancy a hot spring bath. I recall reading of a famous bath resort not far from here. The name escapes me. Any idea where it might be? That would be Camp Bronze Lake. Why, yes, it does sound right. Upper Lanosia, off to the east, was it? Let's make our way there at once. I will do so. First, let's go to Del Sol and burn the warrior quest. But also on our way there. Still a good bit away. Means like, how much is it? 40,000? Yeah. About 33,000 at this point. Less than that now, but it's fine. We'll get there. I mean, it's getting a few thousand per kill, so... Alright. Please forgive me for leaving so abruptly. It was a hasty reaction situation for which I was completely unprepared. But both you and I know that I was in complete control of my inner beast. And now I realize that the layman's eye, it may have seemed that, while the opposite was true. Mayhap was this very misapprehension that I wasted our lives before I transcribed its disgrace. If that is the case, then perhaps I should return once more to the chronicles, never to reassess their lesson in light of this inconsistency. Speaking of light, your soul sparkles with the warrior, soul warrior, alter guilty, and whispers of other court. Only I have to say with my brother. Well, yeah, yes, well, I suppose that is that. We must continue our studies and we will return. No doubt something new for both of us first. Until then, my friends. We just got the early skill for this one, the combo one. That's very useful. Overpowered than the full tempest. Camp Bronze. teleportation ability almost immediately. I had no idea that so many Eorzeans also enjoy public bathing. I would say it's a comforting sight, but in truth it makes me all the more nostalgic for the pleasures of my homeland. That said, seeing all these people milling about gives me cause for concern. Even with these disguises, only enough time before our foreign mannerisms raise eyebrows among the more observant types. Yes, best we stay out of sight until our man arrives. Let us keep watch from high above until it is time to act. Time has come for me to impart to you another technique, which we call Shikuchi. Yeah, I'm sure that's right. You may think of it as a common presence in the physical space around you, allowing you to cross great distances in the blink of an eye. Go ahead, Albert, give it a try. I think it seems to level up as well. Ninja Babe. I trust that Shikuchi is now second nature to you. Very well, I shall await you on the rooftop. But be warned, the thing will allow you to cover great distances of big valleys. It does not allow you to soar at will to the sky. The ledge on which Tsubame now stands is at level with the roof, and should prove a suitable starting point. That said, it shall be as ever resourceful. Make your way to the rooftop by other means that will serve just as well. Nope, that did not work. Okay. Nothing like a steaming bath, a bottle of fine wine, and a couple of buxom wenches to ease what ails ye. Aye? As far as I'm concerned, Captain, Gearwill can take his bloody time. Wolfson. Yep, oh, exactly. That's Obro saying Wolfson. Very well. Now we need only employ these bamboo breathing pipes to send in the water and... Obro, I do not question that such methods have served us well in Doma. Might bamboo not arouse suspicion of these environs? Do you believe so? Our surveillance was always my area of expertise. I have an idea that I believe is well suited both to our target and the customs of the land. It requires just a simple change of guard and a bottle or two of fine spirits. I will require assistance, however. As I see it, there's no way the man would refuse a drink from a strapping gentleman like yourself. Intriguing. What, pray tell, will be my role in all of this? I was thinking that your talents might best be put to use overseeing the operation. It's set from up here, to ensure that nothing goes amiss, of course. That's fair enough, but meet me down below, out of sight, and I shall furnish you with the item that will serve to deliver the final blow, as it were. Am I wearing this properly, Albert? I'm not accustomed to garb that is so revealing. Regardless, I will entrust this to you, though it may appear to be a simple bottle of wine and with a few enhancements to the recipe. I'll have you know, a salty sea dog with Wolfson is certain to be on his guard. I'll start him off with an untainted vintage. Once he's in sufficiently good spirits, that's when you curious to step in with the stronger stuff. I expect once his mind is sufficiently addled, We will go to take a swig to the minimum plus. Now let's begin. Fine wine and fine wenches. Now this is what I had in mind when I took the pirate life. Sour red cooked with various medicinal spices and citrus rinds over a low flame. Alcoholic content. What's this? Think you can outguzzle Wilson's 7 stomachs? You're either a legend or a fool. Haha, someone fetch me a cup. Alright, that's the good stuff. It's stronger to recall it. Maybe I should take her as. Oh, you mustn't be so lost. I heard that Wilston 7 stomachs once drank a whale under the table. Ah! You bet your skivvies it could last. My bleeding duties have kept me from ball for too long. I'm out of practice, is all. Your duties? Why, that sounds so important and exciting. I'd do anything to hear more. Bloody anything? Well, maybe you heard of the Bloody Executions, the nastiest blades band of pirates, whatever, sailing the bleeding seas. I reckon our captain sunk more guardian vessels than every other pirate combined. And just who do you reckon keeps Captain safe from all the enemies he's made? I'd have none other than his dear mate, Wolfston, the navigator of mercy. Should I return immediately to your captain? Surely he is not safe without his most loyal human man at his side. On all senses, you'll be right, lass, but there's one place even I can't follow him. Airport. Aye, the man is bloody particular about his grog. Says he can't concentrate unless he's on his own. Not that I'm complaining. The only time we get a day's rest. But don't worry your little heart none, lassie. Nobody knows the captain whereabouts but me, and I'm sure everybody else ain't talking. Lassie, are you listening? That's curious. He was just there a moment. Okay, clever girl. Okay, it does work. You have to be in the right spot and looking at the right spot. Well, were you able to loosen our man's lips? I see. Captain Girl will draw route to airport, alone at that. Vital carries through this knowledge is not escaping. Dalmating in his shadows already lying in wait. Ambush them. Let's hurry to airport and ambush the ambushers. Okay, before we do that, I need to get to Gridania right now, because I don't have much time before the weather will change again. I can't afford to miss out on this. I literally have like 24 minutes before it will be fair skies again, and then it will be rain again for another 2 hours. So I need to be quick about this. Okay. Rain calling. Jadeite flood. Where's the Jadeite flood? Is that Colorado Falls? Miller? Where's your up here? Jadeite flood is in New Gridania. So that. Oh, I've done the best. I don't know where that is. 12, 13. 12, 13. Yeah. It's just this area off here. Stem borer. Five of them as well, so we'll have to hopefully get lucky. Come on. Don't be bullshit. I have 20 minutes. That's not nearly enough time to give me what I want. There, one down. Wait. Didn't treat that as new. But I definitely don't have any, other than the ones I've just caught. Need brain collar, so let's quick. We already got two, we just need three more. Right, just two more. I don't want to get any more fish than I already have. One more. We actually have a bunch of quests we could do in this area, I'm pretty sure. Because, yep, we've got several quests at certain levels. Probably will wrap up this stream by finishing off stuff in Limsa, first and foremost. Whoa. Okay. Ah, my gathering ring is insufficient for catching it. Oh well. Or something big. It's still not what we wanted. It wasn't a type of fish. Come on. Just one more. There it is. Okay. While we're here, we'll... Actually, we have to come back here for other quests. I could pick them all up, but I think I'll just come back later. Here we go. I love their casual gear. The sun sets and the port is cloaked in shadow. If there were a perfect time to strike. Speak of the devil, look at how those men walk. Those are no ordinary deckhands. Those are Imperial shinobi, waiting to pounce upon and slit the throat of any who would stand between them and their prey. Karasu is too proud to entrust such a vile mission to his lackeys. He is here somewhere. Of this I am certain. However, if you move forward in search of docks, I will approach from the opposite direction. Subame, you secure the escape route. You will not elude us this time. Take care to stay well hidden, Arbor. Hear from the eyes of Karasu's shouts, and I fear your task will be more complicated still. For it is not just men that serve Karasu, creatures of the night, creatures that see not with their eyes, but with every fibre of their being. Give them a wide berth, or all shall be for naught. That should be all. Time is short. We must move swiftly. What's this? No. This isn't how the story goes. I'm supposed to be the one that surprises you. The tables have turned today, Karasu. Face your death like a man you once were. I must say, popularity really does have its downside. Fine, so you go dig your own graves? Here's your bloody shovel. sorry, bro. I'm still out. There's somewhere very important I need to. Someone very important I need to kill it. But we don't escape you this time, traitorous dog. I know you love me, little girl, but sometimes you just have to let it go. Let it go with your past. Your prayers, demon. I didn't realize there's more than one way out. Curse it, man. Let's get moving on. That's why you should have let me take him on front, while we each secured an exit. God, the slippery bastard. We have come too close to abandoned hope. Comes upon me, Albert. Let us return to the safety of the storehouse and take stock of our options. It's nice to see Subami actually in her proper outfit. Geralt lives. Failure of this sort does not become you, Karas. Forgive me, Master. An unexpected reunion with some friends. Seems they had a mind to kill me, just when I thought we were getting on so well. Your job is to give me answers, Karas, but not excuses. We can ill afford to let a few stray rats foil our plans. Should they return, kill them. It's your final warning. Next time you fail me will be your last. Does he have to say it like that? Fine, fine. Let it be said that I am a loyal soldier. Alright, fast travel to Winewood and turn in that mission. Then return to Limsa and turn in its missions. Then we'll go to Gridania and turn in its ones. Or not turn in, but we'll not get a start on them tonight, but we will start them next time. Yeah, we got both Gridania and Ul'dah to take care of, so welcome back, Robert. You may enter. Master Bond is back in her disguise. Once more, the Bloody Crows managed to foil our best laid plans. It is as if his skills burgeon with each encounter. How could this be? Is it correct that some new training regime since coming to Eorzea? But it's no time to dwell on past mistakes. Since the times of my ancestors' failures, one's duty is unacceptable for a shinobi. My mission will end in success. Karasu's death or failure, my own. But all is not lost. Karasu is not the only one who has honed his skills. Lying beside you back there, at times it felt as if we had trained together since childhood. You have shown remarkable focus and aptitude for our art. You just grow stronger still if we are to have any hope of triumph. Devote yourself to our training, the entirety of your body and mind. Tsubame and I will do the same. I await your turn, Arbert. Yay! Okay. Now, let's return to Limsa and turn in a fishing mission. bring us 5 rain collars. Maybe it's worth your while. Yep, here you go. I knew you were the right lad for the job. Who else could deliver such rare and virile specimens? These will suit the Eldan's purposes quite well. The elder males have been led to believe that ingesting the rain collars will endow them with, let's say, vigor. Boner medicine. You have gotten me both. You've made me get them aphrodisiacs. Delightful. No one knows whether it is true, and I don't personally care to find out. I only know that rich men will stop at nothing to recapture their former glory, so these fish should fetch a fair price at market. Speaking of fetching, I'm quite impressed with your handiwork, Arbor. The consortium will be pleased. Of course, you've pleased more than just the consortium. I look forward to seeing more of you. Yay. Alright, as I said, we're going to wrap things up now, I think. Because I think, oh, hold on. We have managed to unlock the level 45 mission. So I could take it now. No. I don't want to, quite frankly. Like, I know I could, but to me it's a case of we've just reached level 40 for the main scenario stuff. So I'd rather wait until level 45 before doing the next one. Even if we are already at level for doing more. So, yeah, we'll wait to do that one. Right now, we will fast travel to... Let's see. We're done. There's only one class quest left for us to do relating to Britannia, because we've done the White Mage and done White Mage, Scholar, Bard. Have we done Dragoon? Yes, we've done Dragoon, we've done Ninja, so... Britannia. So we've got one left in Britannia for the class quests. And several left for Discipline of Hand, because we've gotten them all to level 40, but we've only done the level 25 Carpenter and level 25 Leather Worker. So yeah, we're gonna end for now. I think it's a good place to stop for today. Tomorrow or whenever I feel up for it, we'll see about continuing and playing more. So yeah, until next time, as always, I've been Sparks, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See yas.